Joss, welcome to the GROUPEX podcast.
Thanks for having me, Tony. It's great to be here.
I'm excited because, there's a bit of. You went to LA. You went to Les Mills Live. Now, I don't want to start it there, but that's why I'm excited, because I want to hear all about that journey. But before we delve into that, I'm going to take you right back to the beginning of your journey into fitness. Where does it start?
Oh my goodness, how long do you have? I've always been incredibly active. I played all of the sports growing up. Some great, some woefully. Surprisingly good at archery. So,
Oh, wow.
for all those out there, just so you know, watch out. I loved team sports. I was playing netball, soccer, swimming, running at competitive levels.
Yep.
So I just kind of knew that something in fitness was for me when I was in high school. So I went off and I did a little course straight out of high school. Hated it. I hated it. I think what the problem was, I went the wrong direction. I thought I wanted to be a PT, but now I'm older and wiser. I know that it was the connection that was for me. So when lived in London for a little while, had done a couple of body steps while I was younger here. But when I found a body attack class, it was stage 5 clinger love. Like, I've never experienced anything still since that makes me feel so alive. And I just knew that I needed to try again.
Yep.
So I did all my training for fitness in London.
Wow.
So I started with body attack.
So, and if you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you went over to London?
I was 20. I was turning 22.
Okay, so just a couple of years ago then.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, I like that. Well
done.
done.
A quick ascent, Tony.
Yeah. Only a couple of years younger than me. Yeah, well done. Yeah, nice. So what was the fitness industry like in London compared to what you're used to here now?
What I'm used to here now, well, obviously everything's changed so much recently.
Yeah.
Well, the way everything was done in the UK was so different anyway. So the training modules were different, but the classes, people were obsessive.
Oh, wow.
And I actually didn't appreciate how lucky I was that I got to just go along and participate in some incredible instructors in the Les Mills world.
Yeah.
I was just cruising around in their classes and I had no idea that I was with icons on my stage. So it was great. It was just big.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what
brought you to the level that it is here?
Yeah. Oh, look, there's it's funny you say that. There's a lot of people that I've chatted to that have a complete different experience. You know, there's some people that have been only in New Zealand, only at Les Mills. And while I think the instructors here all think, oh my God, that's like the be all and end all to be in New Zealand up on those stages, to them it's just a class. To the guys over there, to even all the presenters and trainers, it's just like, oh no, we just teach. Like, what happens here? They just happen to be on masterclass filmings, and it's all that. Even guys that I've chatted to, exactly. Guys that I've chatted to in the States, in the US, it's the same sort of stuff. You know, some of the master trainers over there as well. They're just like, oh yeah, it's just go to work. Like, okay, and I think the having that sometimes that realization from instructors here to go, guys, you're doing exactly the same as what they're doing. Yeah. If not, so, and I never want to say this out loud, but I am right now.
Here we go.
Some of us do it better than some of those guys as well, because we're in the coal face. We're there every single day doing it over and over and over and over again. We're fine tuning our art, and especially from other countries, it's a different experience no matter where you are. We're all doing the same stuff, but very, very different in that way.
Yeah. We do it well here, though.
We do
it really well.
We do. Walking up the Aussies. Look at us go. So what brought you back to Australia after being in the UK?
I knew I wanted to come home. I missed my family. Obviously, as your parents get older, you just want to be back around them. But I was sick of being cold, and I just felt drawn to come. It was time to come back. There wasn't anything specific, but I just was like, now's the time.
Yeah,
let's just do it. I was in the middle of changing jobs, and I was like, this just seems like the natural time to just go.
Yeah. What was it that inspired you to become an instructor then?
The music
Yep.
and the moves and how it makes you feel. There's nothing like it.
Yep.
It's just magic.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. I think the music for me was the big thing that got me when I first walked into Fitness First in North Sydney. I'd been in the gym doing some weights, but never sort of been into one of those rooms.
So different.
And I walked past this cycle studio that was absolutely pumping. It was dark, but people were in there and it was loud and the music was and amazing. And it was
what's going on in there?
Yeah, it just stuck my head in a little bit and I was like, oh, wow. Hello. And that was where it all really sort of kicked off was, righto, that class is on. I know I can't go in there, but the next time I'm coming in, I'm going in to do one of those. And started at the back, and it was just that it's infectious.
It is. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. It makes you feel a certain way, and not many things in this world can make you feel that way.
People say that Les Mills is a bit of a cult.
It is.
I think group exercise is the cult.
Yeah. They're just a vessel. Yeah.
But I think, when you look at group exercise, you look at all the programs and look at what happens in that space, it is a cult of sorts because we're addicted to what it is. We're addicted to the endorphin hit that we get every time we go in there, that high that we get when we're around other people, we're exercising, we're doing something that's good for us and we're smiling. We're enjoying ourselves. We walk out of there and we head off and do whatever else we've got to do. But the friendships that you make,
it's nothing like it. Yeah,
I'm
so
still mates
because they're like the same person.
Yeah, still mates with the people that I met back in 2002, 2003. We're now in 2023, 20 years later, and I'm still hanging out with some of these
common
places.
Ground, right?
Yeah. We might not be in there anymore doing what we're doing before, and we've all moved on, got kids and, different jobs and all that kind of stuff, but we're still in touch via social media or whatever it may be, and they're lifelong bonds that, when you think of what group exercise does for us, it's huge.
It's huge. It's changed my life incredibly. Yep. So if it can change one person's, it can change so many others.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's something that I think about every time I teach, every time.
There was one question I should have asked you to start off with. What one word describes you?
Energy.
Brilliant. I like the fact that you said that so, I know what this is.
Me.
Yeah, I didn't have to think about it at all. When you say energy, though, give me a little bit more detail. Describe that for me.
I'm just very energetic. I'm positive and bubbly, and I'll come into the room with that mentality of like somebody needs picking up today, so I'm coming in here, and that does not just necessarily when I'm teaching. It's I like to bring that positive energy and fun to everyone that I experience throughout my day. But it just comes naturally to me. Like I'm hyperactive.
So tell me, does Joss ever have a bad day?
Oh yeah. All the time.
You like they're like the rest of us. You have bad days, but when you walk into a GROUPEX studio, it just disappears. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't say I have bad days. I have bad moments. I think that there is always good to be found in a day. Yeah. Not every day is going to be good, but there is good in that day.
Yep.
And I think about that when I teach. So when I walk in there, it's like, you might have I have a 9 to 5, a corporate career. So I might have had a frustrating day or a bad commute to the class, but it's time to switch on because there's somebody in that room that might be going through something far worse than me, and they don't want to hear my negativity. They don't want to they don't give a shit that I got caught in traffic. Like, fucking shut up, Joss. Do your job.
This is the GROUPEX podcast. Look, I like that. I remember moments of in my career going back many years ago, where instructors would come in and just unload all of their bad juju all over the place, and members in class just going, "Would you shut the fuck up? I don't want to hear what's going on in your life. You're not here. This is not a counselling session for you as my instructor."
No, because energy is infectious. You come in there with negativity, they're going to leave with it.
Yeah.
That's not what they came there for. Well, I hope not.
Now that's a different style of group exercise. I wonder how that would go.
That's not normally maybe down in the boxing studio, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah. No. Cool. That's it. I like hearing that kind of stuff because it's more and more instructors, I believe, these days, we're coming in with energy, we're coming in with passion, we're coming in because we really enjoy it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in this industry because I've got to do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to make some money. Got to do that. Yeah. That's
You're making money doing what we do, Tony.
Hell no. Well, back in the day, when some of the crazy ones were teaching 30-something classes a week, we were making money, but that was stupidity, back then. And I think, as you said just right from the beginning, when you started out, you thought PT was the avenue you wanted to go down.
Yeah.
I think there's so many instructors that do the same sort of thing. They start off thinking, oh, cool, PT, it's glamorous, oh, I'm a personal trainer. Yeah, I'm going to have all these clients. I'm going to make a hell of a lot of money.
I'm going to look good all the time.
Sure. Yeah. I'll do that too. Yeah.
For those not watching us, we're flicking our hair and Tony's got better hair than me.
I've got it in the ponytail tonight. Can you see? Yeah. No, but I remember starting out as a PT thinking, I'm going to make all this money. Now, you've got to find clients. You can't just sit back and wait for someone to come to you.
I remember one of the first things I learned was you've got to be in sales.
Yeah.
That's not for me. Oh.
You have to be able to sell yourself and sell what you're offering to anyone that's out there. Now, yes, I was lucky enough at Fitness First that we had all those PT triple packs. And I was lucky that I, managed to convert probably 90% of them, if not more. So I was grateful that I had that opportunity. But when I realized that, oh, wow, hang on, I've got rent to pay. And I left the corporate world to come in here. I don't have the corporate world to pay my rent. I've actually got to do something. The first place I looked at was a GROUPEX studio. Because
it's a great place to pick up additional clients. I can't tell you how many times I'm asked because people trust you. They really, because they get to know you as a person there.
Yep.
I wouldn't know what PT to trust off the gym floor or looking at a book.
Apart from being a bloke, and it was the easiest way to meet girls as well. Well, hello, look at them all over there. Well, I'm going to go in there and, hey, Rach, you remember how I met you? Anyway, we won't go down that path right now.
Is that how you two met?
In a roundabout way.
We all want to know.
Look, this isn't an interview on Tony. This is an interview on Josh, right? Let's get back on track now. So I would like to tell me which programs you're trained in.
I'm trained in body attack, body step, and body pump. The big three.
Now, you shouldn't have a favorite. Which is your favorite?
Oh, I can tell you quickly.
Go on.
Attack.
Yeah. Why? Oh, hang on. The energy.
Hold on. Energy.
No, it's the structure and it's the lifting of weights that you... Oh, hang on, Tony. No.
I am strong, grounded, and controlled. No, I worry about that when I teach. I feel for Jacko, our head coach. She is not in the essence of pump.
What's new in fitness? The Australian fitness industry news and commercial gym equipment suppliers website designed to provide fitness industry professionals with knowledge and information to make better informed business decisions. So Josh, you attack, pump and step, the three programs that you're trained in. Attack being your most favorite. Yeah,
absolutely.
Because of your energy and because of the way you are, as a human. How did the opportunity come up for you to be part of the Les Mills presenter team?
Last September, I can tell you exactly where I was. Got an email saying that there were auditions to try out. There was spaces on the team in New South Wales.
Yep.
And I was like, it's go time. When I had moved back from the UK, they actually had just done the last intake. And I'm a very strong believer in everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And I missed out on that opportunity because I was transitioning from LM UK to LMAP and I hadn't fully completed my advanced training because in the UK they do it differently.
Yep.
And I missed out on that. But the likes of Corolla, House, Maddie Kay, they were all there. And Diana, Cass, I think was there. Like so many of my teammates were there. So maybe it just wasn't the right time for me. Yep. But I knew that this was my time. Last September, I just knew I'd worked hard. I knew that I had a good chance at how hard I had worked over the last couple of years, done lots of advanced training. So I filmed my class. I did a couple of tracks and I chose the one I thought I did the best in.
Yep.
And that also other people wouldn't have done. So I wanted to stand out.
Yeah. Yep.
So I chose an agility track. And then I got a great email saying that, hey, we want you to come and we want you to do an in-person. I was like, oh, jeez. Okay.
Excellent.
Sure.
Yeah, no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So turned up shitting myself.
Yep.
It's like so nervous. Like I said, I felt confident in everything that I could do, but I didn't know who I was against.
Yep.
And there was quite a lot of people there. There was quite a lot of people there for pump. There were about 5 people there for attack, and I was there solely for attack.
Yep.
And we also didn't know how many people they were looking for. And there were some people that had been to boot camps prior too. So it was a very intimidating environment, but also a very, very nurturing environment. We all got along so well. I knew one other person and made some wonderful friends while I was there. So it was really actually a great weekend.
Whereabouts was it?
Macquarie Uni, downstairs in the terrible little yoga studio. So
Yep.
we were all trying to do our very best in a very weird studio for what we were trying to do. Yeah.
Yep. Challenging even more so. Yeah.
Puts you through your paces, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happened next?
Then I got invited to boot camp.
Yep.
So I was very lucky to be one of 3 attackers. All the pumpers got through. And maybe 2 weeks, 10 days before boot camp, I got asked to also try out for body pump. So,
wow.
But I still had to go through the entire process. I just didn't have to do the in-person presentation. I just got asked to re-film myself teaching 3 tracks and send them off to be assessed and see if that I stood up to where the other pumpers in the process were.
Yep.
And thankfully I got the thumbs up. So I went to boot camp and I was the only one there for 2 programs. So I found it challenging. Yeah, I did, because bless them, Amanda and Jacko were going, go over your track. And I'm like, but I've got 2 tracks. Which one do I pick?
Just as long as you weren't doing body attack moves to a pump track.
Yeah, no, not that bad yet.
Good.
No.
That's when dementia kicks in in life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the experience was, all in all, was a good experience for you.
Oh, it was incredible. I've made some, like Kaio, who is also on the team with me. We both got through for attack. One of my best friends.
Yep.
And like I've said before, connections is everything for me. So having such a positive experience going through it, and even Jacko and Amanda commented that the way that we all interacted together was so incredible. We were just there to build each other up and support each other through what is a very vulnerable time. So it was a really lovely weekend.
Yeah.
Freezing, because if you've ever been to Mac Uni, you know
it
is cold.
Yes. And a bit of a rabbit warren from memory as well, from studio here, there, and everywhere. And so what happens after boot camp?
Oh my goodness, what was it? Like 2-3 weeks almost of like I think it was probably like closer to 2. Just before Christmas, we found out that we'd made it through. Myself and Kaio, just the 2 of us.
Yep.
And people were starting to message the group chat, and it was a hard day because you're so excited for yourself, you're jumping out of your skin, but you're very cautious about being insensitive to those that didn't. So then they started us in Jan.
There's something about that position, being in that position when you want to scream it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
But also, hang on a second, if I go and do that now, the people that didn't get in, I feel bad for them as it is. They didn't get in. But also, I don't want to be seen to be rubbing it in their faces.
Absolutely.
It's a hard
position. Especially when you've got a good relationship with them.
Yeah. But it's also a nice place to be in when you have the self-awareness about
Yeah.
that and not just sort of go, you didn't get in, I did, you know.
That's not me.
I was about to say that that's definitely not you, but it's you know, there are some that out there that probably would take that
Yeah.
approach. It's like, well, you know, I made it, I'm better than you type stuff.
They're not in it for the right reasons.
Oh, 100%. And I'm grateful that you said that too. You know, I think they're
Mm.
they're what I call the moths. They just go
Yes.
straight to
To
that
the
bright
light.
light. Bzz, you know, they're here for a very short period of time. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And don't think I see these people at workshops. I
yeah,
want them to come to my workshop,
yeah.
and I want to be able to connect with them and look out to them and be like, "Hey, Ali, you look fantastic."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're a team.
This is the GROUPEX podcast.
Yeah, 100%. Whether you're a presenter and you're up there on stage, or whether you're just an instructor teaching your every week class, we're still a team. We're still all here
Still a
doing
team.
exactly the same thing.
Mhm.
Some of us just get an opportunity to do it in a different manner for a short
Yeah.
period of time, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Absolutely.
Between December, when you got told, "Hey, yeah," and now, what has happened in the last 8 months? Have you had quarterly
A few
workshops?
things.
Have you just a couple of
Not
things?
much.
Yes? Yeah, no.
Just been cruising.
Just really sitting back, just, you know, in the sun every day, just working on my tech all the time.
Oh, that is me.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have said sun is the one word that to describe me, but
So with regards to quarterly workshops is what I was getting at. Have you
Yeah.
had an opportunity to present at
have.
quarterlies?
I
And
have. I
how was
presented
that
Q1.
experience?
Incredible. Nerve-wracking the first one. I was with Jacko,
No pressure.
for body pump, and I was with Corolla and Ella for body attack.
Yep.
And we only had 2 tracks. I was like, oh my God, this is so hard. It's a lot of internal pressure that you put on yourself and a lot of the unknowns. But I had the most incredible time. Got to do it at Sydney Uni, which is big.
Yep.
And out at Rudy Hill, which was really interesting to go somewhere that I hadn't personally gone as an instructor myself and experience a different area of Sydney. And then I was actually really sick. I was really sick for my first workshop, so just sucked it up, got up there, and nobody could tell. Fake it till you make it.
As in flu sick, or what was
I
wrong
had
with you?
gastro.
Oh, no.
Happy days. Welcome to the team. Here's your dream. Have some gastro.
I'm going to do a Superman over here and hope I don't shart. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not good.
Oh, my
It was
goodness.
just a lack of energy.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't eaten in days. So the body attack on the second day, the Sunday, was a lot more challenging than the body pump on the first day.
Yeah. Wow.
For reasons.
But you obviously got through it, and you didn't die.
Here I am.
Succeeded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here to tell the story, she says. So that was quarter one. How did quarter two go? Where were you for quarter two?
I got to travel for quarter two. I was shocked. I got asked to go up to Brisbane and then go up to the sunny coast, and I presented with Tio and Bill, and I was just
two legends.
And so different as well.
Yeah.
So just getting to have less pressure on you as well. I found the home crowd not to be as much pressure.
Yep.
But then the next weekend I had the home crowd. But I'd done it. So I felt, and I didn't have the same sense of nerves. I had more of excitement and I was settled into my role, so to speak.
Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I hear, as I sort of alluded to early on, that there was this thing called filming in Los Angeles.
Oh, are you talking about Les Mills Live LA?
I think so.
That little event that just happened?
Just recently. I think it was only a small, there wasn't many people rocked up from what I hear. It was pretty poorly attended. And
only 3,000 in combat.
How many?
3,000 in body combat.
I have that on my Tuesday night class. I don't know what they're talking about. Oh my God. Talk to us about filming and the opportunity and how all that happened. Give us some information on that, would you? Because that is
dream.
That's just everything I'm seeing still on social media is still talking about you know, filming
Yeah.
and everything.
It was insane. It was incredible.
How does the opportunity come up to go over there and do that kind of stuff? What is the process for that?
So for this particular filming, Amanda reached out to the entire TAP team for LMAP and said, hey, if you're interested, they've said, put your hand up and you'll more than likely get the, yeah, right? Straight away. Hello.
Yeah.
Me. Pick me.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
I'm over, oh, hang on. That's right. I'm not an instructor anymore. I'm not teaching.
No.
Right. I sit down and shut up, Tony. Yeah.
So I did think about it for a bit. I did think, Joss, you've only been on the team for, I don't even think quarter two had happened.
Yep.
So I hadn't been on the team long and I had a bit of imposter syndrome about it. Like, do I deserve this opportunity? There's people on the team that have been on the team longer and they should get it over me. Should I just be graceful and let others have this opportunity and wait for mine? And I was like, what have I got to lose?
Yep.
Everything to gain. This is your dream. You always wanted to get on the team, not to be on stage, but to be a trainer.
Yep.
But this goes along with it. Any instructor that says they never saw themselves on that stage is lying.
Yep. Oh, look, 100%. I have to agree with you on that. I think even back when I first started in 2003, 2004, it's where you wanted to end up. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do what they're doing. Yeah, that over there. Yeah.
And that's, well, masterclasses have evolved a lot.
Yes.
But there's nothing more inspiring than being up there and inspiring other instructors and changing the way that they coach, perhaps, by just being you and inspiring them to try something else, So I put my hand up. We waited a long time. I think we waited a couple of months.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You touched on imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second. Yeah. It's one of those.
I thought this was just an interview, not therapy.
Look, it's everything and anything to everyone.
If it helps somebody, let's do it.
Yeah, and that's where I sort of get at with it. It's what we see is not what you see.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
It's all internal.
Yeah, massively. Talk us through your experience with it though, and where do you think it came from?
The very first thing that pops to mind is when I first started instructing. In the UK, it's run differently. So the minute you walk out of module training, if you finish at 4:00, you can technically go teach a 5:00 class on your own.
Yep,
so here you go. You're not at all qualified, but go run a 60-minute class on your own.
Yeah,
You'll be sweet. You'll be sweet. And I used to be terrified of public speaking. To the point that I wouldn't do it at school.
Yep.
So when I started teaching, I used to hope that the microphone wouldn't work because I felt confident in my movements and knowing the choreography, but speaking was foreign to me, as a lot of instructors that are new to their journey will probably find for themselves.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of that. And then there was one time, we've all had this. I'm sure we've all had this. You've been in the change room and you hear somebody talking about you. And she happened to be one of my friends that was a member. And I heard her on the phone saying, yeah, it's okay. It's just not what we used to, And I was like, fuck you.
Yep.
Yep. I'm new. I'm putting myself in a really vulnerable position. And it changed the way that I went up there and I taught. I went up there to teach, to prove her wrong. Yep. And I probably did. I probably taught a whole lot better. But those sort of things, they stay with you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and then, you just compare yourself, the thief of all joy comparison.
Yep.
You compare yourself to other people and you're just not sure. Like, I might be great in my club, but actually, am I great in the great scheme of things?
Yep.
Maybe not. So it's all internal pressure that I put on myself. I am a perfectionist.
Yep.
And that's probably why I have got to where I am, because I put the work in.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't mean that I don't sometimes think I could have done better, or am I good enough?
Yeah. No, I think you've touched on something that I think many trainers and presenters, many people that I've had on here go through a similar sort of thing. And it's whether they refer to it as imposter syndrome or whether it's just how they feel and how they interpret going through that. Well, I went through it. Yeah, I wouldn't have called it imposter syndrome, but I similar to experience to you. I remember someone, it was actually a girl in the front row, as soon as I walked in, said, "Oh, are you teaching?"
I remember this story. I'm a big fan of you, Tony.
Said,
how?
But just I got to that stage and I was like, "Oh, ta-da!" It rattled the shit out of me. I'll be honest with you, but at the same time, I was like, "Okay, get rid of that. You've got another X amount of people in the room that need you right now. Don't fall apart. Just get on with it. Do what you got to do." I probably had a couple of moments afterwards thinking, right, where is she? I want to trip her down the stairs so she falls sharp. But,
give me your name.
I'll find her. That was 20 years ago. Who knows where she is now anyway. I think we all go through that type of stuff. And I don't think it's until we really find our own inner voice, find ourselves, that we then become even better as instructors.
Absolutely. And you've hit the nail on the head. It's finding who you are and being really confident in who you are.
And I think that I'll bring that back to with people that went to boot camp with you that didn't get in as well. Yeah. It's not they're not good enough. It's just that right now they're not meeting the standards of what LMAP were looking for.
Absolutely. It's what you were looking for.
Yeah. It's LMAP are looking for this. Yeah. For some reason, the people that were at boot camp with you or just didn't meet that mark. And it's not to say that they're crap, not to say they're bad instructors, not to say, you know what, guys, don't try again. Yes, try again. But
if you're listening, try again. You're all phenomenal.
Sit in your space and work out who the hell you are. There's so many times that I have seen over the years, especially with the Les Mills stuff traveling around, see instructors that want to be and they suck up to the trainers and presenters so much. Oh, can you get me on the team? Can you do this? Can you do this? No, it's never going to work that way. What you need to do is actually become 100% you. And once you become 100% you and you put everything into practice, that's when you're going to start to shine. That's when people notice who you are, when you stop trying so goddamn hard.
Yeah, and you do get a reputation as being someone that just mooches off the trainer and presenter team.
But the amount of 20 years now, the amount of times that we've seen it, oh my God.
And it's so also not the way that you get there. You get there through hard work.
Yeah. But those instructors that mooch up and don't get anywhere, then get the shits. And it's like, hang on a second, there's no reason for you to have the shits now.
No, they got the shits because they wasted their time.
Well, they've wasted they think they've wasted their time, but to me, it's not, guys. You haven't actually wasted your time. All you've done is you're just not in that place of being self-aware yet. Get there, watch what happens. Yeah. Don't need to suck up to management all the time to try and get somewhere. Just sit back, do your thing. That's when people start to notice who you are and what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate you being open and honest in relation to that, because sometimes it can be quite confronting to discuss when we're talking about negative experiences or things that we can improve on with ourselves. So
you learn from every experience, though. It makes you stronger.
This is the GROUPEX podcast.
So let's get back over to LA.
Sorry.
Filming.
How did we get so far away from the best time of my life to the worst time? How do you do this?
Journey. So
you had roller coaster.
You had to do filming, yeah? You had to film a class?
We did not. No. Hello, Adidas. You just sent off a headshot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it still made me go, oh my goodness, they don't even know how good I am or how bad I'm going to be, because they don't know my standard of teaching.
Yeah.
But what did happen was they gave everybody that had never filmed before the opportunity, bar the people that are on the development squad now. So everybody was in the same boat, turning up to first day of rehearsals in LA. We'd all never experienced what it's like to be on that stage, bar there was 3 in my body attack, but some might have only had 1.
So rewind a little bit. How did you get chosen?
I'd never filmed before.
Okay, because you'd never filmed before, you got an opportunity to say, if you haven't been on filming, you can come on over here, pay your own way to get over here, pay for your own accommodation, what have you, and you can be part of.
Yes. And that goes
Oh,
back to that cult piece.
yeah.
Not many people, unless you're in a cult, are going to pay that amount of money to go live your dream.
Holy crap. And I'm going to say it's not the
It's not that
cheapest
expensive.
experience, is it?
No, but it wasn't that bad.
But there were 17 of you in the one room, so I understand.
No, not in my room. Some of them.
Wow.
You know what costs the most? Eating healthy.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
obviously you want to fuel your body with the best food possible to perform the best way you can, and that was expensive.
Burgers and fries didn't cut it then. Is that what you're telling us?
That was after filming. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Right. So you get on the big silver plane, you get over there, the big bird, you land, you touch down. You said your bags were 38 kilos and you just went, just go for it.
I had to take all my Adidas.
So you touch down, you get there. What's day one like?
I was with Gina,
Yep.
who was presenting with me. So we got to know each other on the plane. And as soon as we landed, we were like, let's go see LA. So we actually just strolled around the streets. Not the safest of streets, but we strolled around the streets, had a little experience of downtown LA, and then thought, let's go back to the hotel. That seems safer. And we did.
I've never been. What is LA like?
It's polar opposites. There's a lot of money, and there is some really poor, sad areas. And you don't, like, I'm from the northern beaches of Sydney. I don't see that on a regular basis. So it is eye-opening, and it is sad to see people on the side of the street sleeping there and, you know, having, like, they're clearly doing substances that have changed their life. And that's really hard, especially when you're there for a fitness event. Health and well-being being the top of your mindset and seeing how poorly those people have been affected. So that was eye-opening. It just happened to be that we were in downtown. But then you go 20 minutes in an Uber and you're in Beverly Hills, and there's a Lamborghini and then a Porsche and then a Barbie pink Ferrari, and you're like, geez, these people are living.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Polar opposites.
I think we're lucky that we don't see that here in Australia. I don't think it's probably around, but it's not as in your face.
No.
Yeah. So okay. So you rock up for day one. Talk us through that experience.
Well, day one, we arrived early. So we wanted to make sure that we had got over jet lag. So got straight into the gym, dusted off the cobwebs, saw Matt Thraxton doing some calf raises, had a chat, fangirled for a moment.
Hey, sure. Hey,
buddy. Love you. And then we just made sure we stayed awake. A lot of the other team were there. So a lot of the team from WA had arrived. So we made sure we went and got dinner, and we all sat around by the pool, and we kept ourselves awake so that we would make sure that when rehearsal started in 2 days' time, we were in a good place. And then more people started to arrive the next day. Corolla, Jacko, Pete Peterson, Petey Pete. And then Summit. So we did things like went to the Hollywood sign, which was so great. We got to chat and hang out and shop and drink terrible coffee together. And then and then Tuesday night, so we arrived Sunday. Tuesday night is when it all kicked off with the opening dinner, so to speak, for the summit. So they had a Les Mills trainer presenter summit at the beginning, and then the filming was the Friday, Saturday, Sunday afterwards.
Okay.
So they started that off, and we all went into a room, and Philip spoke, and oh my goodness, Jackie spoke, and there was some TikTok dance going on, and it was great. And they gave us a beautiful gift. We all got these separate bracelets that had a different saying on it. Everybody had something different, and then it had a reason what that word meant. So mine was imagine, and it was all about manifesting what you want, and that will be what you get in your life. And I was like, that's pretty special.
Brilliant. Yeah.
That's kind of how I got here.
Yeah.
And then everybody else had something different. So it's really nice. And we've all got that little special something to take away instead of the green stone that some people get.
Yes. Yep.
And then, yeah, we had a little cocktail thing, but we all were so jet lagged. We're out. So, yeah. Plus, also, we don't want to eat this food. We're going to be on stage.
Need to be ripped. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, once we get to what they put me in, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't eat that.
This is the GROUPEX podcast.
So the summit itself, before we go down the filming path, what was summit itself like? What does that entail?
There was loads of sessions about upskilling. There was a couple on feedback. There was discussions on program updates. So Lisa did an update on what's changing or what has changed in Body Attack, and Mark and Kayla Blair did what's changed in STEP.
Yep.
And that was good to go along and be a part of those kind of sessions. Dan and Kylie did stuff on like delving deeper into your values and elements like that.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I didn't get much opportunity, or as much opportunity as I thought I was going to get, to attend the summit, because priority was filming and rehearsals.
Yep.
So we had that dinner on the Tuesday night, but we had Body Attack rehearsals at 5:45 the next morning.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's another reason why we're like, let's go. We got to be on with the boss tomorrow.
5:45 a.m.
Yeah.
Is that even a time?
Yeah.
Before 7.
Oh, that's late. Come on.
Before 7. Does it? I mean, I remember those.
You and
days
House need
years
to.
ago, but
It should be illegal, right?
now these days, when you hit 32, that's you've got to be careful. You getting out of bed before 7 o'clock, you could cause yourself a mischief.
Rip a hammy.
Exactly. Got to be so careful. So you rock up at 5:45. Who's there?
Me, Gina, and one other, I think it was. We were like, don't be late. Because if you're late, we didn't know this at the time, but push-ups. And there's enough of those going on in the day.
So you guys actually got there at 5:15. Let's be realistic.
Yeah,
you
we
were
did.
there half an hour before. Yeah, sure.
But we had our first run through. So we basically just did the class straight away, because we got the choreography weeks before and done all the preparation prior, filming ourselves in the studio, recording that back, getting feedback from Lisa one-on-one. Wild day, the day that Lisa Osborne pops up on a FaceTime. That's not something you hear me like, I could so easily freak out right now. So we were ready to go. We did a run through, and we the LMAP team, we had track 2 for Body Attack, mixed impact. So we were up pretty quick. And I remember turning around, looking up, and there is Amy Stiles and Mandy. And I'm looking out, and there's Martine and Lisa. And you just think, shit.
Oh, shit.
Fuck me.
Yeah. What an experience, though.
It was, but I was already teaching at the time, so you just kind of like roll with it, and your internal monologue is freaking out, but you're as cool and calm on the outside as you can be.
Yep.
It was just a surreal experience.
So you obviously got to know these people pretty well over the time that you were there.
Yeah.
It's friendships that are going to stay with you forever.
Yeah. You're trauma bonded. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I shit myself when I first met you. Hi. Yeah.
It's funny you say that. So Mandy is one of my favorite instructors. I just think she is phenomenal at what she does. And it was in between 2 tracks, and I turned around and I was like, Mandy, I'm obsessed with you. And then just went back to my spot and carried on. She's like,
they're not weird at all. No.
No, she's like, oh my God, who's this fangirl?
Love it. So you go through how many days of practicing and doing all
many. 2.
So 2 days.
2 days. We had all Wednesday, or part of Wednesday actually, and Thursday, and we filmed at 3:00 in the afternoon on Friday. So we got as many rehearsals in as we could, but 2 as a team.
Okay. So you wake up Friday morning. Oh, that giggle gives it away, doesn't it?
We were ready.
You woke up. What was the first thing that went through your mind as soon as your eyes opened that morning?
Oh, I said, holy shit, Gina, today's the day. How do you
That's fantastic.
feel?
Yep.
And I think I was a bit more sentimental than that. I was like, can you believe today is the day? Like, we have dreamed about this. We've worked so hard for this. Can you believe it's today?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
It
get to
was
the day, you
weird.
get to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. Your hair's done, your makeup's done, like mine here, my hair and my makeup,
You look
ponytail's
good.
on and the makeup's all done. They hit play.
It happened really quick, actually. That was something that kind of took me back.
Yep.
We stood around a lot waiting, and we ran on stage with this incredible hype song with our flags and whatever. And then the flag, like they grabbed the flags and went, and then Lisa's like, let's go. Shit. Let's go.
We're on.
Yeah. And I was right behind Lisa because we were teaching the next track, ready to transition forwards. So I was like, fuck. And I don't think I was fully ready. Like, it just takes you by surprise. As many times as I rehearsed, and I was never missing that first option. I kind of went to go to that bounce, and because you just in a blur.
Yeah.
It just, you need a minute. Give me a minute, Lisa.
It's interesting you say it, because the amount of people that I've spoken to that have done filming, it's an out-of-body experience.
It is.
You are there, but you're not really there. You're there going through your motions. You do it all. You nail it.
Oh, yeah.
But you have that moment afterwards of going,
that flew by.
Yeah.
How did I do that? Yeah. There's moments that are caught on camera, and I'm like, I don't remember that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Saturday morning class that you teach, feels like it goes for 3 bloody hours.
Well, it does, because I teach a triple. But
but that filming experience that, is only an hour moment or whatever it is that you go through feels like a couple of minutes and you're done.
Yeah. Well, this is something interesting about LA filming. We film in a different order. So when we actually were very blessed to have 2 tracks. So when we got to the core track, which was our second track, we'd only filmed 1, 2. There's a new format coming where there's 2 3s, the 2 5s, the 9, and then the 8 and 9, and then we were straight into core. So we still hadn't taught 3 of the tracks. So it kind of creeps up on you, and you're like, oh,
wow,
we're on again, because they need to reset for the floor in Body Attack.
Yes.
So we film everything up on the stage, and then they had to remove the rail that runs down the middle of the room to reset for the floor track so we can split the room. And that took about 40 minutes.
What's new in fitness? The Australian fitness industry news and commercial gym equipment suppliers website designed to provide fitness industry professionals with knowledge and information to make better informed business decisions.
So
wow.
we're just standing around, like, we had like big photos and stuff between, but then there was just a lot of standing.
So you're on the mic?
Yes.
How did it go?
Really well.
You said everything right.
I did. There was one thing that I messed up. People don't tell you about cotton mouth. So anyone about to film, your mouth gets real dry.
Yep.
And you just like constantly want to lick your lips. And we were all like, what's going on? And so the very last part of my core track, I couldn't get a word out. So they might edit it. It'll be really interesting to see what happens in the editing process, because I was meant to say embrace it and fight fatigue, or embrace the fatigue, or whatever I was planning on saying at the time.
Yeah. And
I just couldn't get that second word out. So it sounds like I just say embrace, and then I go straight into fight fatigue. So we'll see what they say. But if missing one word is the worst thing that happened to me, I'm really, really proud of the performance that I was able to bring to the day. Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, you're the only person that will know that you.
Yeah. Well, now everyone listening to the podcast.
Well, the 2 people, my mum and my dad.
It's just you and me.
Like I heard Tone, who's that Joscelin? What did she say the wrong thing for?
She's
No,
an idiot.
no one, no one would know. No, that's the
Yeah.
experience you have with it. Going, oh shit, I should have said this, but the end product.
It doesn't matter. It
No,
really doesn't
no.
matter.
In the big
And it's the
picture of
same thing as
everything,
with options. You
Yeah.
get cropped. Just
Yeah.
cropped you. You're not in the shot. Doesn't matter.
No, I think the experience is what it's all about, not so much what you actually say or when you say it, but it's actually being there, part of filming, being part of something that's going to be around forever.
Yeah. And
You were
hopefully
there.
inspires somebody else.
The atmosphere, the energy, as you said, for your word, is just that no one can ever take it away from you. No one.
They can't. No. It's something that I'd obviously dreamt about, and I'm so glad that I got the experience because it was everything I could have hoped for and more.
Cool. So a couple of questions I want to throw at you.
Hit me.
Who are your fitness role models?
Who are my fitness role models? Professional athletes like Michael Jordan, Kobe, people that just grind. They've got a vision and they don't deter from it.
Yep.
They are so inspiring. I
like it.
Yeah.
So you've said a couple of names there of people that I don't see as fitness role models myself. And obviously I think that's the question that I ask it is for a unique perspective on everyone. Everyone answers that question differently. So I'm grateful that you've chosen those two you have. And I think that if you look at them, they align with the word that describes you.
Energy.
Yeah.
They're very different energy though. They're harsh energy. Like I'm not that hard on myself, but I admire how hard they worked for what they wanted. And that's something that I align with. I work hard for what I want. I'm very goal and outcome driven.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. What do you love about our industry?
The connections. Duh. I've said it 1,000 times. The connection to the music, the connection to the people, to the movement, to the way it all makes you feel. It's just no other industry really gets that. I've got a 9 to 5. I don't have the same passion that I have turning up to get my boss a tea or fix his IT problems that I do when I turn up to teach my classes, because it gives me such a different energy.
Yeah.
Different purpose.
What's the opposite? That's what you love.
Waiting for this.
What do you dislike?
People that do not want to upskill, that think that they are good enough as they are.
Controversial here, people.
Yeah. We've all seen them on trolling the Facebook. I don't listen to the masterclass with the sound on because the instructors are shit. Like you don't have anything to learn from somebody else. It's the same as never wanting to, go and do your advanced training, or just why don't you want to be better? Why don't you want to be better for the people, for yourself, for your family? Why don't you want to be better?
I really, really like that. Can we delve into that a little bit?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's do this. There's some.
We might offend some people.
I do not give a shit. Yeah. You don't want to listen to any more people now. It's probably the time to tune out. But if you want a bit of, controversy, then stick around. Around. I 100% agree with what you're saying. 100%. I think instructors these days need to get over themselves. Yeah. You might not like who's presenting, but think about what it is that you're learning. Think about what it is that you can actually take away from that experience. When you go to teach your class, are you delivering it in the best way you possibly can? Or are you just doing it because, you know what? Yeah, this is just what I do. I just rock up and teach and get into class. Yeah. There's so much, I think these days, there's more and more over the last couple of years. I think there's more and more instructors that have come on board that are, they're self-entitled. I don't need to do that. Don't you know who I am? Well, actually, no, I don't know who you are, and I don't give a shit who you are. Do your proper job. Rock up. It's not just about rocking up 2 seconds before you're about to teach your class and then piss off and expect to be paid even more money.
Yeah.
Oh, no, and I don't cover classes. I don't do that. I don't do auditions because, no, they're not going to pay me. Hang on a second. this industry wouldn't be what it is without the instructors we've got that have been around for a long time that want to help. So if you have an
Absolutely.
opportunity to upskill, geez, I sound like I'm on a soapbox, don't I?
Get on it. Go. Louder for the people at the back, Tony. Louder.
You've egged me on. You've set this up. I knew. I can see it in your eye.
I told you I'm a big fan. I knew what to say.
Yeah.
No,
I think
it's true.
you nailed, yeah, you've nailed it there, though. It's guys, do the work.
Yeah. It does come from a selfish point of view. Like, I do the work. So I have that standard of myself. Yeah. So it's hard not to, I try not to put my standard onto other people in everything that I do, but it does really bother me. Like, I don't want to come into a body pump class and hear you talking about your cat because you haven't trained in so many years that you think that's how I should be coaching the squat track, talking about my cat. Like, and honestly, that's what I have experienced. Yep. What has this got to do, and how is this going to help your members? Go out and do some extra training, or just even go to another instructor's class and see how they're coaching it to learn. You might learn something that you don't like, so you don't do that in your class. There's always something to learn from somebody else.
But Joss, I'm not going to go and do someone else's class unless I'm paid for it. Why would I rock up and do somebody else's class?
Well, if you're doing about 18 classes a week, be careful doing someone else's class.
No. Why would I need to film myself, Joss? Why would I want to do that? I know I'm good. Just ask me and I'll tell you.
I can see myself in the mirror. I can see exactly how I look.
Exactly. Why would I? Yeah. They're also the things that I dislike about our industry.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could jump on that one for quite some time with you. We probably should,
we'll do that offline.
I've lost the two listeners. The two people that do listen have just tuned out now and gone, no, Tony, we're not. That's it.
Sorry, Mum and Dad.
Yeah. Sorry. Let you down.
Yeah. But you can't you can lead a horse to water, right?
True.
You can't make people do something they don't want to do.
No. Look,
they'll do it in their own time.
In an ideal world, it would be fantastic if every instructor was like us. I mean, if every instructor was doing what they were meant to do. Yeah, rock up to quarterlies, learn, do your stuff, help other people, cover when you can, train up newbies, help new people that are new instructors coming through, mentor them without being paid. You don't need to be paid for that kind of stuff. I mean, Christ, have a look at most of this that are in the industry that have been around for 15 to 20 years. When we started, we had someone that tapped us on the shoulder and said, hey, do you think you might want to do this? I'll help you through this stuff. Yeah. You know, if we don't do that now, we're going to find over the next couple of years, we're going to have even less instructors around.
Absolutely.
We need to lead from example. And those instructors that have been around for quite some time need to actually take the young ones under our wing, guide them, show them the way, help them out so that we can continue doing what we're doing. Otherwise, you know what, come 2028, is group exercise still going to be a thing?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be done online. We'll just be doing virtual only.
This is the GROUPEX podcast.
Josh, if there's a message that you wanted to leave for instructors, what would it be?
Value the people that come to your classes and the impact that you can have on their day. If you've got the power to make just one person smile in that class, then do it. Because the change, that ripple effect, and the way that it's going to change the way that you're viewed and your classes are going to change with the connections that you make by really valuing the people that are in front of you, that's what you should be prioritizing. The experience that you are creating for your weekly members is the most important thing that we do in group fitness or group exercise.
Nice. Yeah. I was just about to say, wow, that went really serious all of a sudden.
She's not serious.
I really appreciate it though, because you hit it on the head with so much of what you just said then, that instructors, I will say to you, press stop, rewind about 30 seconds and go and listen to that again. Because that was,
it's important.
Thank you.
It is.
Yeah.
Because you're important to them.
Yeah.
So they should be important to you.
100%. Yeah. Josh, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing Thank you for sharing your journey over to LA and all of the filming experience that you went through. And
Thanks.
the
We didn't
one word
even
you
touch
forgot.
the surface on the experience in LA. It was just,
Hey,
there's a lot to it.
I was about to say, and there's some things you need to sort of keep a little bit private. Some things that, you know what, can stay to you, stay with you, that don't need to be shared for everyone. But those that you meet along your journey, I'm sure we'll be able to ask more questions and
Yeah,
share that with
absolutely.
you as we go.
Can't wait to
So
launch it in Q4 and be able to share even more stories about it with everybody once they see it, and once I've seen it, see if they edit out that word.
love it, mate. But so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll see you again soon.
See you. Bye.